What's up, everybody? I want to talk about combining MIDI with audio, and to help me do that, I'm going to utilize a kit called VerySickMidi Volume 2, the Gospel Edition, by yours truly. And what you have is 48 MIDI files split into 4 categories: piano, organ, bass, and pad, and also 48 WAV files. Included is a bonus folder with drums and the composition in MIDI and WAV file. Y'all excuse my voice, I'm a little under the weather, but we still gonna get through this. So I'm gonna go through some of the sounds and then show you how you can use this thing. Let's go through some of the WAV files first. Okay, now everything right here, as you can see, it's an 88 BPM, and the great thing about MIDI is, again, you can speed it up or slow it down. So all these WAV files are also in MIDI form as well. So let's just go over some of these. Here's bass. All right. So that's the bass folder. All these folders, by the way, will go with each other. You know what I'm saying? They will match up, because as you can see, I have the keys listed. So you just match the keys up and they will match. Let's go through some of the organs. Right? So real soulful, you know, and again, you can, all these will match one another as long as you line up the keys. That'll be your pad. And here's piano. So you get the idea, you know what I'm saying? Alright. So, and then also you have in the bonus folder, drums, and we'll get to that in a second. And also a long composition in MIDI form and WAV form. Okay, so you know, you can chop that up and do whatever you want with it. Okay, so let's play a little bit of that. This is just improv, you know. A lot of things to chop up with that. So just go ham, do whatever you want with it. Okay? Alright. So I'm on Pro Tools right now. What I did was I dragged in a couple of files, some WAV files and some MIDI files. And as you can see, I'm sitting down at my chord, my microchord, and you can actually use any synthesizer that you have with MIDI and change up the sounds. A lot of people don't even utilize MIDI like they can. It's always all about audio, but it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, so I'm going to show you a way to use both. Now let's listen to another one of the MIDI files. Actually, I'll play the WAV file first, the piano WAV file, and then I'll play the MIDI form of it. So here's the piano. Here we go. Right? All right, so that's in the key of C sharp, and that's a good thing about it. You can, it doesn't have to be that key. You can change whatever key that you have, whatever, you know, if you're in MIDI. So what I did was I dragged the file to another track, and I put options under the folder, meaning you can use any sound that you want to. So as you can see, once again, I'm at my keyboard. And so the way you hook this up is, all you do is you're going from your MIDI in into your MIDI out of your interface, and then MIDI out. So you do MIDI in to MIDI out, and then MIDI out to MIDI in from your keyboard or synth to the back of your interface. What you're going to hear is the microchord playing the MIDI file. Watch this. Now say you don't like that sound, you just go through different, patches, and it'll change it up for you. You're still playing the same thing. Notice I'm not playing anything. All I did was use the MIDI file, and the synth is doing the work for me. And you can choose whatever sound that you want to. And then if you wanted to, you can change that back into audio. So let's do that real quick. I like this. It's like a video game type of sound. So let me go ahead and record that into audio. Watch this. Korg MIDI into this Korg audio. Going into input 1. So let's try that. Okay, so now I have audio. Recorded straight off the microchord without me even playing it, because what it did was it recorded this MIDI. See, from MIDI to audio, and then I can chop that and do whatever I want to if I wanted to. Okay, so now I'm gonna play a WAV file from one of the bass folders, and that goes like this. Right? Okay, so what I did was I chopped that up. See, again, we're back at audio. Okay, we're using audio and MIDI at the same time. Like on some things I'm gonna use MIDI, and others I'm gonna use on audio. And keep in mind, each track that you hear is going to be in MIDI version and audio version. So let's move on to Mingus, because I chopped up that bass. See, so I just chopped it up. I chopped it and just put it on separate pads. So if I wanted to mess around with this beat, I have, let's say I want to play along with the MIDI. Let me mute this bass audio so you can just hear the MPC along with the MIDI on Pro Tools. So I'm just changing sounds on the microchord right now because it's MIDI. Let's say I wanted to go with that sound. Right? So I could do it's just simple. I'm just messing around. So now, last thing, let's talk about drums. This joint also has drums, again, like I said earlier in the video. And I'm gonna let you hear some of the drums. Alright, so all these are included in the kit. You got kicks, snares, hi-hats, some rim shots. Alright, so that's just, some examples. There's about 30 or so sounds. Alright. Okay, cool. So, what I did was, I made a little drum pattern using those drums, and it sounds like this. So very simple. And as you can see, these are actually MIDI notes up here, because what I did was I used this thing called structure within Pro Tools. Even though it is audio, I turned it into MIDI. But let's say you don't want to do that. You can just use the straight audio files and put them on your drum machine or what have you, you know, and then use the bass notes like I was doing earlier. It will sound something like this. Alright, so I'm just, you know, something very simple. That's just an example of how you could use audio and MIDI combined. You know, and it gives you a lot more leeway, a lot more options to do whatever you want, whatever you hear. And again, with MIDI, you can change the tempo, you can change the key, the velocities, everything, anything. The length of the notes, how long you want them to sustain or what have you. So just wanted to share that with you guys, man. Hope y'all check it out. VerySickMidi 2. Peace and positive energy.